to have and to hold.
Is it for better or for worse?
For rich, for poor, I thought.
It is. It's for rich or for poor, right?
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Yeah. Everyone leaves, please. I don't know any of these people. It's really funny. So we're not staying in Rio?
No, just passing through.
Okay. Not all the way, or is it maybe it's not all the way apart?
Yeah.
Cut. Good. Forward.
I didn't really learn how to drive it. I went for a lesson and crashed the practice boat, and then I went to Brazil and crashed the Brazilian boat too.
Go forward again.
I drive the boat all right. I went to a lesson. Let it idle forward.
I am definitely not nautical. But it was really fun. After a couple of takes, I very much considered just leaving in it.
Action. All right. And action.
On audience expectation, it would be fun to play with audience expectation.
Let's go for a take, please. And action.
Those scenes were approached with a lot of honesty, and everything was very natural, and we capture very specific moments, and then the scene was built around that.
That's true. Okay, good.
And to do it in sort of two parts, you know, to shoot a sex scene that seems like, well, it was a pretty good sex scene, he wrecked the bed and all that, but there's just something inside that thinks, God, I wish I could have seen a little more.
And action.
And then to play the second part as her alone the next morning with the memory of still kind of just so overwhelmed by this new experience, kind of reliving it, and not reliving the heat of it, but just reliving those tender moments. Things that people that are really engaged can feel and relate to. With these two incredibly collaborative actors who knew how important the scene was and wanted to make it as honest and kind of expressive as it could be.
And action.
Sorry.
I thought there was just this great ease between them.
Really good.
And a sense of confidence that was really enjoyable. And I feel that that just made all the difference, I think. Obviously the camera was off, and it was a really...
Good.
Really good. Good. We'll print 2 and 3.
On a good gate, we're glad to help the Twilight Saga. Today, Edward and Bella had a scene on a waterfall. They had to jump.
Naturally, this is too dangerous for them to do. So we've done basically 3 elements here, which is the stunt doubles at the top of the waterfall, which we will do a replacement with digital doubles. And then we did splash elements so that we could actually see them landing in the water. And in post, we'll use CG to marry the images together.
It was pretty cool. The actors were great sports, just jumping in that day. And I know Kristen especially is not a big fan of the water. She was really a trooper.
Great. Pull him out. Okay, pull him out.
I feel that throughout, he's an incredibly charming guy.
We have to do that, guys. Alpha.
Edward can sometimes be brooding and filled with doubt, but when he finally makes this leap and marries Bella and gets what he wants, you know, I thought there was just like a kind of charm and ease and a more of Ralph Pattinson that he was willing to bring to the part.
Oh, God.
And that was the most valuable time that we had.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You know, if a star is, you know, working till 3 in the morning, we make them look, you know, fresh and lively.
They work with Beverly Hills Plastics, animating anything. We're just following and we're thinning.
Well, I've always been an advocate of integrating practical effects and then being enhanced with visual effects. It not only helps her performance, but also helps to address it visually.
I'd never worked with prosthetics before. It's crazy. You know, you walk by a monitor and you're like, that's not, wow, that's not me. People would be like, oh my goodness. And I'd be like, no, I don't just look that bad right now. I mean, you know, obviously I've got, you know, yeah. So they did a great job. They looked very real.
We've got a great prosthetics company which is actually doing, you know, chest.
It's a combination of both. When Kristen's lying there, it's the legs of the dummy.
Are they going to be like, because I know the spine's broken, are they going to be like, how are they going to be just splayed down like?
Leg position, splayed down.
Oh. Oh.
We built a table and cut it apart so that it's actually her head, shoulders.
Getting walked into the birthing unit was really sort of intense.
She's really been a great sport about it. We keep telling her all these things that are going to happen. She's going to have to be pinned under a table. She's up for it.
Looking down at you know, really flimsy legs is strange. It feels so good to be finished with that stuff.
Go ahead.
He wanted to make this birthing scene complete. Sometimes it was hard to, you know, keep a straight face.
Jacob, baby, keep that away from me.
Hey there. Watch it.
Watch yourself.
There was one point when she stops breathing and she's out of it and I have to give her CPR. There were some moments during that we couldn't keep straight faces because she's just like dead. Her lips are closed and all of a sudden I gotta wrap my whole mouth around her lips and give her CPR. And it was, it ended up working, but it was funny at moments.
Rosalie, pass some morphine.
No, it's too soon. Carlos said the placenta must have detached.
She, again, was a great sport. She's totally into all this, you know. She's like, you know, she should become like Schwarzenegger or something because she's a total like action star in the making. She gets into the whole challenge of special effects.
Kristen has attacked the final 2 films with relish. With the pregnancy, and she's really kind of dived into her research and allowed herself to kind of go to these places. It's been one of my favorite parts of being involved in these movies is just watching her work every day.
Pregnancy was rough because, you know, it's not the normal, it's really not a typical way that people have children. It's really violent. It almost kills her. She talks about it all the time, but she is literally willing to die for the things that she loves.
Sometimes there was chunks of who knows what everywhere, blood and umbilical cords. It was intense.
There was a lot of fake blood on set, definitely. We had the corpse bride dead body on set, so there's some horror there.
Most of the time we're either dealing with nothing or with a dummy. And so, like being covered in cream cheese and jelly, and trying to perform a birthing. I ended up chewing through something. No one really knew what it was. I was chewing through whatever it was pretty gross, and it was made out of cream cheese.
We had our newborn baby. We covered him in a mixture of, I think, strawberry or raspberry jelly and cream cheese to give it the right consistency. So it's all mixed together. So here you have this like, you know, gore-covered child screaming, of course. It's kind of like not working in the scene because he's just so frantic. And then in the second take, the baby got his hand in his mouth. And all of a sudden, just quiet. He's like, I am delicious. This is fantastic. I mean, first experience with sugar, probably a little early for that. But then the baby was fine. He's like, this is great. So he had this wonderful, wide-eyed, look at this beautiful world I've discovered thing going on. It was pretty cool.
There's no way you can't be moved by, you know, doing a thing with a almost newborn baby. I mean, I've never done that before, and I thought it was great fun doing it.
Check that, please.